Hi, I'm Martia Lamb, and I'm going to be sharing a little bit about composting. Now, there's two steps in composting. The first one starts in your kitchen. This is my compost can. I actually usually have this in my kitchen where I can just throw kitchen scraps, leftovers, anything gross, stuff I don't want to eat anymore. Everything like that goes in here. Eggshells can go in here, anything that grew in the ground. No meat whatsoever. No sausage, no pork, no chicken, no eggs, no nothing. But anything that grew in the ground can go in here. And I'm going to give you a little bit of an example. This right here it's actually not food. I already have food in here. Yummy. Now I put a bag in here because I don't want it to get all gross on the bottom. A lot of people just put it in there naked, and that's fine. Now you take your food. This is actually chicken manure. I'll be washing my hands later. You just put it in there. Now, a lot of people are concerned that it's going to smell. This actually has a little filter in it. It's not perfect, but it helps a little bit. It's very loose. It doesn't screw on. You don't want it to be totally airtight. If you're worried about having, bugs, smell, blah, 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 you're going to take a little bit of black gold. Yummy used coffee grounds. They give these free away at Starbucks or at your local coffee shop, and you can just put that on top. The smell is a nice coffee smell, and it discourages insects and other predators. So you don't have to worry about having, any stinkiness or any little buggies. When this is filled up, that's when you're going to take it outside. Now remember, no meat whatsoever, no dead animals whatsoever, eggshells only, no dairy as well. This is going to go outside in step 2 to the outside compost bin. This has to be at least 3 feet by 2 feet. It has to have sufficient depth where it'll get to the temperature you want it to be. It has to get to a temperature where it'll cook and it'll turn your compost into yummy dirt. That's very, very ingredientified. Now what you want to do is you want to have the kitchen scraps and your coffee grounds. This is going to be considered your greens. This is your nitrogen. You're going to have 30 to 40% nitrogen layer, and then you're going to put in what's called a carbon layer, which is paper, anything that comes from like a tree, anything that's not wet and runny, and you're just going to put it on there. Now, some people are concerned about smells and bugs or whatever. You don't have to be concerned. What you're going to do is, this is going to be 60 to 70% of your layering. So, you're going to put this on top. You always end with the brown. Then you're going to lay this on here. You're going to water it once or twice a week. This is specifically for Arizona and dry climates because it's very dry here and you don't want it to dry out. It won't do you any good if it's all fossilified. So you come out, you moisturize it once a week. You can also moisturize it when you come out and add some more. So I'm just going to do a sample. This has got all sorts of gushy stuff, lots of food scraps. And your food scraps, you want it to be maximum size, inch by an inch. You don't want to have huge pieces. So then we have some nice greens here, and we're going to cover it up just a little bit with the brown. We could also cover it up with coffee grounds. Coffee grounds are probably better because it's also a green. It's also that nitrogen, and that'll again discourage the bugs and the smell and everything. Now outside, you're going to get some bugs anyway, but this will discourage it from getting really ucky. All right, great. So you're going to water this once or twice a week, or when you come out, and then you're going to let it sit until you get the right temperature. I would say anywhere from 80 to even as high as 102, 103. That means it's baking. It's getting ready to turn to that nice dirt. Once you get it to that temperature for a couple of days, then you can turn it. You're going to want the top to be on the bottom to be on the top, right to be on the left to be on the right. You want it to be very well mixed. Then you let it sit again. And when you start smelling that earthy smell, when you start seeing that it's got that brown color, not just the coffee, but the whole thing, then it's ready to go. And you've got yummy dirt that you didn't have to pay for. Thank you.